And he said we didn't guard the ball well enough. Ultimately, he said they were great, we were really bad. But he said we got another half, we got to chip away at this and try to get it down to 14 or 15 at the end of the third. Mike.
All right, Lisa. Karl Anthony Towns just has, that looks as a 10th assist of the game. He had 2 triple-doubles in the Hawks series as Paul George knocks that one down.
And look, the Knicks are shooting the ball incredibly well, but I just think Philadelphia's making so many mistakes on this end. Even that first possession, right out of the half, you're trailing Mikal Bridges. Basically sums up what I was just describing.
No question. Edgecombe picked up that foul. Another pass inside to Hart. Hart back out to Towns. Shot clock winding down. Hart took a shot in the head. Towns' runner, short but a foul.
Of the floor, easy for him to see it.
Towns now 10 point.
Well, it really is remarkable how easy he makes it look. You know, he's just so big and combines it with that shooting touch.
Towns fakes, drives on him, gets inside, lays it up. But the lack of mobility defensively has really hurt.
And they've attacked him from the very beginning of this game. Anytime he's got any sort of closeout coverage, they're going right at him and by him. He's moving when that contact took place. They're taking away space at the start of the game, and they let a really good offensive team become an elite offensive team because of the looks that they were getting in that first quarter.
Well, that first roundhouse punch kind of deflated them. Bridges trying to find an opening. Back up top, Josh Hart. Hart finds Bridges. Bridges drives on Embiid. Goes inside, kicks it out. McBride. Corner 3 is up. Won't go. Robinson tips it. Oubre takes it away. Tyrese Maxey to George. Catch and release. Knocked out of bounds. It'll go the other way. The starting lineup during the early part of the Hawks series. He's playing some of the best basketball in his 2 years with it.
Now 40 for his last 58 from the field.
Embiid. A smooth touch. Still hasn't missed. 8 for 8. The Knicks still up by 24. Maxey pokes it out of bounds.
5 set the stage for what he's doing now.
Corners for the Knicks. 19 of 31. Edgecombe to Embiid. Robinson trying to stop him. Back to Edgecombe. Goes back door. The rookie spins in. Layup's good. This kid has had just an amazing regular season. He's had some great playoff games, and he's had, like all rookies do, ups and downs in his first year in the NBA playoffs. Alley-oop pass. Brunson and Robinson on the connection. Just of the game. Embiid. Maxey finding his spot. He's just off the mark. There's no doubt, and this is not an excuse, Legs. That bandage on his pinky on his shooting hand. His
fingers. That ball can maybe not feel right. His hand might not be spread out quite the same. And his consistency just hasn't been there, particularly from deep.
He's 2 for 16 from 3 in the series. Quentin Grimes fires away. Edgecombe gets the rebound. Back out Maxey. Maxey knocks down that three-pointer. Barlow has come back in, trying to put some defense and some length on Jalen Brunson. Brunson, another excellent game. 17 points, 6 assists. A crossover, the drive inside. Reverse, he's got it. Sweet move from Jalen Brunson. Deflected by McBride. Brunson a 3. Bang! 22 more points, 6 assists, and a 29-point lead. Maxey catches, fires, can't get it. Mitchell Robinson tracks it down. Bridges catches, fires, not that time. Edgecombe goes high. The Sixers out there playing hard. They've run into a juggernaut right now. The way the Knicks have been playing since game 4 of the first round. Count it and a foul. Barlow banks it home, took a shot in the head, and a chance for a three-point play.
Barlow's given him good minutes throughout this series because it's given him another option of what they want to do, what kind of length they want to show.
Stories like Barlow, and that he wasn't drafted two-way. gosh, Hart rattles in the three.
Last year shooting the three, but only 20% in the postseason until today.
Embiid lost it, falls down, finds Edgecombe. Edgecombe gets inside and backs it home.
Start screening action. That's got to be a switch every single time. Sixers don't communicate. Two go with the ball, and it's one more wide open.
Maxey alley-oop. Grimes couldn't handle it. Hart. Let's see what the call is. Maxey looking. Good ball denial. Knicks still playing tough, hungry defense. That's been such a huge part of their turnaround, both in the regular season and here in the playoffs. Edgecombe just not finding the range. 0 for 5 from 3. This is the largest lead of the game. 30-point advantage with 5 to play in the third quarter. Brunson, Hart. Throws it into about the 10th row. That's only the Knicks' 4th turnover.
As it left the court.
Embiid hands off Edgecombe. McBride trying to stay with him. Kicks it out in the corner. Maxey. Back out Grimes. Grimes catches, fires, short. They're just 6 of 23 from long distance. Knicks 22 of 35. That's right, 22 of 35 as Edgecombe
helps out obviously with the hamstring. You're up 3-0. You don't know, like, how's the focus going to be at the start of the game? They clearly came out, did not want to give Philly any life in this game, trying to end this series.
The hunger and intensity they came out with defensively, it was almost like they were the team facing.
They picked up their defensive pressure and attention to detail on the other end.
A 30-point lead, under 5 to play. Towns was looking to pass. He wants to pass. He doesn't want to shoot. That's where it's come for Karl Anthony Towns. He wants the assist.
Well, I mean, he did a 720, and he turned around, and there was still nobody there. So he's like, yeah, I guess I might as well go ahead and shoot it. I'm surprised he wasn't too dizzy to release it.
Drummond puts it on the floor. Shot blocked by Towns. You talk about playing best all-around basketball of your career. He's been doing that in this postseason. Drummond and Towns chatting. Brunson gets away from him, and a foul on Drummond. 14th foul.
And you get him to pick it up. He's looking to get rid of it. Always knows where his rotation has to be.
Towns drives on Drummond. The runner's up. Shot no good. Drummond picks up his 4th. Owns a bunch of records for the 76ers. You won't meet a finer man than Mo Cheeks.
And I think this league, but man, he could really defend and was a great floor leader.
And one of the great moments in NBA history is when he sang the national anthem in Portland with that young woman who forgot the words. That was his all-time assist.
No doubt. Everybody remembers that moment. Maurice Cheeks, lifelong in this game.
As both teams now starting to empty the benches. Edgecombe still out there with Barlow, Bona, Dalen Terry, and Edwards. Rebound goes to Porty. He's out there with Shamet, Alvarado, Pacome Dadier, and Tyler Kolek. Porty, liking those drives to the basket, draws a foul. Assistant coach to play for the Sixers, but after Temple, first time he was cut was by the Sixers. And the last time he was cut when he knew his career was over was by the Sixers, and it was a Knicks-Sixer preseason game where Rick Brunson, because it was the end of Rick Brunson's career. And his career was over. He started working. Alvarado comes up with that. And you see what has developed there with Jalen Brunson, now one of the elite players in the NBA. Dadier, the deflected out of bounds.
This building.
26 points, 8 threes, had 5 steals. Banks that one in. Alvarado it's a dream come true for him to be with the Knicks. He was born in Brooklyn, played high school in Queens, and now he's playing the NBA in Manhattan, so he's covering at least 3 of the boroughs. As the ball. You know, one of the keys for the Knicks this year, one of the things they wanted to improve, and they've done that, is their bench play. And again, their bench has been excellent in the postseason. As Edgecombe's shot off the mark.
And now there are just more buttons for Mike Brown to push because of the contributions he can get from a different guy on a given night. And I talked about Shamet. I'll finish my point on that. He was a guy that was playing so well at the start of the year, had an injury, goes out for a while, comes back about the same time McBride gets inserted in the lineup. So now his minutes were affected, but just always ready to come in, compete, better defender than you would think, and obviously can really shoot the basketball. So he's going to have moments for the Knicks that are impactful going forward the rest of this run.
Terry the runner, Huck 40 right there to greet him. Alvarado tries a three-pointer. Well, he hit 8 here. And now you start thinking about, so what is Philadelphia going to do in the offseason? I can't believe we're having this with 9.5 minutes.
He's offense now, and he had an all-league season, but those are tough decisions to make when you have that kind of salary cap limitations with a couple of players that are older, get hurt a lot.
28, he's going to be 36 later this month.
And that's the thing with Embiid, because you look back to the Boston series, they don't win that series if Embiid doesn't come back into that series and really dominate Boston the way that he defined an answer for defensively, but he's got so many issues with the injuries.
Terry knocks that down. You know what's crazy, Lex, is that Game 7, which was such an inspirational win, down 3-1 against the Celtics, win 2 games in Boston, including Game 7, as Kolek puts it in. That was only 8 days ago. And now you have 8 days later, and they're on the verge of being swept and dominated. Bona misses. You think back to game
right now with Anunoby, which doesn't look to be all that serious.
Again, it's another unbelievable road performance. The last 3 playoff seasons, many of the signature wins for the Knicks have been on the road. Last year and this year, you know what their road record is? And it's counting this afternoon if they obviously hold on and the Illawarra way off. 10-4 on the road in the last 2 playoffs.
That's focus, and that's also great rhythm offensively that you find yourself in to play that well on the road, particularly what they've done here to turn this around. And they represent a big challenge for anybody preparing to play them.
Jeremy Sohan, Huck 40, and finishes that one. The second-year center from Germany. There was an offensive clinic tonight. This afternoon was Barlow. You know, Legs, we talked about so many of the players. As Kolek flips it up and in. Things, listen to so many people. And he's handled, Mike Brown has, he's handled the ups and downs so well, including not panicking after. So extensive time, as the great Marv Albert used to say, garbage time. We're at 6.5 remaining in what has been an absolute annihilation for the second straight series in a clinching game for the Knicks. They did it to the Hawks in Game 6, and here against the Sixers in Game 4.
And so critical to have the mindset to end series when you get an opportunity. You know, it's one less game you have to play, one less opportunity in a series for an injury or something unexpected to happen or have it get dragged out. So the Knicks came out today with great purpose.
Terry to Bona. Bona fighting inside, gets it up and in. Bona point guard. He had some really good moments this year. Dadier, the second-year player from France, blocked by Bona. Picked up by Sohan, the former Spur, and Dadier banks it home. Denied. Edwards drives inside. Nice move from Edwards. Cavaliers and the Pistons to have a nice long series. Although, is there a balance between, yes, you want a nice long series and having so much time off while they're still...
For that other series to go as long as possible. If Mike Brown had his way, I'm sure he'd wish for a Game 7 in that series and a physical conclusion to it with a quick turnaround against a rested Knicks team. By then, hopefully for them, at full strength with OG Anunoby making a return at some point.
Nice steal by Terry. Again, that's the key for the Knicks. Anunoby, who was 2 games with a hamstring injury. He's still listed day to day. And Knicks had the luxury of being able to sit him the last 2. Terry is fouled by Diawara. I think got him there. And Nick Nurse said this about him. That competes like that guy. Smart, tough. He's a bulldog. What an outstanding career.
One of the most physical pound for pound guards his size.
Announced his retirement. There's been hints of that. He won a championship and he had all sorts of injuries and he played through it. Certainly a mentor and a leader for a lot of these young Sixers. Foul call on Sohan. Terry knocks down the shot.
Philadelphia LaSalle University, part of the Big Five. We typically don't like those Nova guys very much, but I have a hard time finding anything negative to say about the 4 guys that are here today. And if you throw Doug West in there, who's an assistant coach, another Villanova guy, it's hard for me to find the words to go at them, much as I'd like to.
You're a bigger man forward, Legs. Diawara trying to draw a foul. They come up on a 24-second violation. So Willis Reed was the finals MVP. Knicks had won in 70 and 73 and have not won a title since. The way they're playing right now.
Next appearance in the Eastern Conference Finals since then.
They got a lot of work to do because it's